Archie Bunker was this sort of bigot, and then he's got this son-in-law, I think he called him Meathead, and they're having these difficult discussions that I had never seen on television before. But what do you, I know I asked you a little bit this morning, Whoopi, but what can you share about Rob?
Just he was a friend. I literally saw him the last time I did the Kennedy Center because we were honoring Billy.
Yeah.
And this is when Billy got the Mark Twain Award. But we were together quite a bit, and he was a wonderful director and a guy who was a stand-up guy. And he fought for the stuff that was right.
Yeah, he was such an activist. I was reading about how he, definitely helped to pass legislation about same-sex marriage, which was so important. Was helping pass legislation with educating our young people, universal pre-K, things like that. And then I hate to put a downer on it and make it political, but President Trump texted yesterday and said,
Don't read it. Just.
Well, let me speak to this. I'll give you my God's honest. There's no God, but okay. My actual, I swear on my mother's grave, this is my reaction to this. I thought this was a joke. In a world of AI, in a world of parody, there's a lot of fake accounts doing a lot of fake shit. I saw this and I was like, oh, somebody's being clever. Someone is portraying Trump as the most asshole version imaginable. And then I sort of glanced at the number of views it had and I was like, that's sad that many people are believing this fake thing. And then I had the thought, it's kind of dangerous that we live in a society where you can fake something and no one has the time to check if it's real. And that was where my mind went to, because I assumed that the president of the United States would not be this fucking insane to write this. Now, this is not really the issue. This is not even talking about Rob Reiner and what happened to him. And basically, nobody knows what happened to him. By the way, this is a 7-minute car ride away from where I am right now in Brentwood. And actually, this is, another 3 minutes of driving, you're at where OJ killed his ex-wife and Ron Goldman with a knife. So we're back to OJ again. A celebrity has been killed by a knife. Now, we don't understand what happened there. It's obviously fucked up and tragic, and there's not much to make of it other than who the fuck is this murderer and what's his problem, and let's go get him. And, it's totally justified to talk about these amazing films. I had no idea Rob Reiner has done all these films. I understood his name had gravitas. I knew him as the actor and as a director. I didn't know exactly which films, but good Lord, the number of films he made was astonishing in different genres. When Harry Met Sally, Princess Bride is one of the best movies ever made, period, point blank. Universally loved. That movie has charm, class, creativity. It has a magical fairy tale-esque vibe. Young, old, everyone can like that movie. It is funny. It is well made. It is just a modern day classic. Princess Bride. But A Few Good Men, Spinal Tap, those are two totally different genres. Romantic comedy, Harry Met Sally, but he's done more than that even. I just knew okay, the guy's super talented. Now I knew he was on Bill Maher, he would be political, he was sort of just a big jolly liberal Democrat, boomer, whatever. Okay, good. So what? But for Trump to come out, and I gotta read this because now that it's confirmed that he actually said this, and I saw Trump talking about this, and he literally, let me try to wrap my brain around what kind of a man this is. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Okay, first of all, it's Brentwood. It's nowhere near Hollywood, but okay, he was a movie guy, but all right. Rob Reiner, a tortured... Wait, what do you... First of all, the man was just stabbed to death. He was stabbed to death by his son. And you're going to call him tortured? Are you mean literally was he tortured? Because he died in a horrific fashion. Okay, it's not cool. And it's so weird for you to categorize. This is the opposite of eulogy. or a glowing sort of tribute to the man. This is a dishonor to be, he's tortured and struggling. In what fucking world? He was a multi-millionaire and beloved by millions. What? And you're going to categorize him as tortured and struggling? Yes, his ratings, terrible. The fuck is he talking about? So Rob Reiner, I mean, the assholeness of this man to come out. I mean, talk about non-presidential. For fuck's sake. I mean, you have a platform. You could be gracious, cool, noble, appropriate. Like, you could have a heart here. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? How black-pilled is this dude? Holy shit. I mean, like, this is the point of principles, you guys. You have to understand. Everyone's caught up in the stupid, life-affirming, apparently, tribal allegiance to left and right politics, and it's so asinine and pointless. Fucking retarded. Here's some principles that go beyond left-right politics. If you get stabbed to death by your child, I will act in a certain way. Why? Because I'm an Eagle Scout. Now, this is shorthand for me. Obviously, it's not literally because I'm an Eagle Scout. It's because I'm a decent human being. Now, I don't need a round of applause. You don't have to super chat me for that. I actually expect this of myself and of you. Okay, so this is bare minimum shit. You don't deserve a golf clap for this. Okay, but just be non-grotesque. Could I request that of you? And like, can I request it of the leader of the fucking free world? Can I request it of him? He should be the best among us. This dude's tweet should have made me feel ashamed and embarrassed that I couldn't be so eloquent, so thoughtful, so magnanimous. Okay, I should have been like, damn, President Trump really stepped up here. That was awesome. Like, well done. Like, let's go find Barack Obama's tweet on the death of Rob Reiner. And let me really underscore and underline this. It don't matter one fucking iota that the famous man who was stabbed to death by his child, along with his wife, disagreed with me politically. Go fuck yourself, you fucking ape. Okay, you people are so lost with your head up your sphincter. It's just like, dude, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. Like, the people I hate the most, if they're slashed to death by their child, I'm gonna show a little bit of restraint. I'm gonna probably keep any sort of bitch comments that I have about the guy. First of all, it's totally inappropriate to be like, well, I mean, what the if during the playoffs in the 1980s, Larry Bird was butchered by his sister he just got knifed to death. You think I'm gonna be like, well, this does help our playoff chances, you know, not for nothing, but I'm not a Celtic fan. I don't like the Celtics. What? Are you a human being? Like, what are we doing here? And what kind of a flex? What kind of a win is this? What kind of a bitch? What kind of a straight up bitch swoops in the immediate aftermath of some guy he don't like getting killed, murdered, and you swoop in and go, I haven't even read the tweet yet. You swoop in and you talk shit about this man, piss on his grave, and just go, fuck him. Like, what? And this is let me zoom back. The narrative has been the right-wingers were happy to condemn the left for their reaction to Charlie Kirk. Because the left, those fucking, all that Gen Z, millennial just dipshittery and insanity, just mental insanity, mental illness, where they're sitting there celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk for political reasons. They feel justified in doing that. The guy got shot in the neck in front of his family, in front of the world. And like, let's say you hated the guy. You hated him. Okay, then quietly, if you want to, let's say you are that evil and that black-pilled, and they are, then shut the fuck up, go take a long walk, crack a smile, pat yourself on the back. Oh yeah, Charlie's gone then. Okay, you win. He's dead. Apparently you're such a monster that you wanted him to die because you disagreed with him. I mean, how many other people do you want to die? Apparently many. Just shut the fuck up. If you're going to come out in public, and have a little party, throw a little celebration to commemorate the fact that some guy you didn't like, you didn't know him either, by the way, but you didn't like him, and he died, was horrifically murdered. Unbelievable, man. Oh my God. I can't believe the level that people are at. And so the right, totally justified, condemn every single person that was this way with Charlie Kirk. Now, let's just fast forward to right now. Donald Trump has ruined all of that narrative. So if you're on the right, if you support Trump for whatever reason, then try in this moment to have some fucking integrity and hold a universal principle that rises beyond whatever suits you in that moment, politically or socially. Like, so in other words, don't be a complete embarrassment and joke who has zero honor and abides by no standard other than whatever I like in this instant, whatever serves me in this instant. And if the exact same thing happens in reverse tomorrow, I will be a hypocritical fuck and completely go back on everything I'm saying right now by my actions. Like, if Cenk Uygur or Anna Kasparian, both people I detest them. Jimmy Dore, Hassan Piker, if they are butchered with a knife, do you think my reaction is going to be different than if it was, I don't know, somebody on the center, on the right? I mean, no, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, okay, let's read it. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling, but once very talented movie director. I'm not sure that talent really leaves you. If you directed and are a part of that many massive blockbuster, just globally adored films that are basically institutions in cinema history, like, you don't just lose that talent. He is a talented movie director. He's in his 70s, or he was, and so, like, yeah, he's kind of slowed down a bit, but Jesus Christ, dude. And comedy star has passed away. Passed away, interesting. He was savagely killed by his own son. Passed away? What? Okay, together with his wife, well, isn't that sweet, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others. Holy gaslighting bullshit, Batman. Holy fucking, blame the victims. So this guy's coming around, kicking this dude in his nuts, saying, you were savagely killed in your 70s by your offspring, and you deserved it. That's exactly what that's saying. So let me ask a question for the Trump supporters for Trump. When some dickhead took a shot at Trump and every normal, sane person condemned it, including myself, I'm talking about the guy who hit his ear. Imagine if he had hit him and killed him, and then someone comes out and goes, well, Trump did piss off a lot of people. Trump clearly angered that guy. Now, that might be true on some level. He did anger that guy. To mention it in the obituary, or to frame this situation like Trump deserved to have his brain blown out because he angered some mentally ill psychopath. Huh? So he's in the wrong? Hold on, who is in the wrong? The victim? You're blaming the victim. Unfucking believable. Like, no. Ridiculous. And he has no idea. Trump has no idea what happened and why. He's reading very early reports on what people are speculating. So, like, for him to come out and just say that it's because Rob Reiner pissed the guy off. Like, did you have a death wish on Rob Reiner? Was your hate boner so strong that you wanted to kill him yourself? Apparently. Like, how petty is this motherfucking guy? Trump, there are billions of people who hate your guts to the point where they want to kill you. And you're still going to be this goddamn petty? I mean, the thing is, Trump's going to die soon. You know, like, Trump's not going to be around forever. Like, this is the shit he's going to be remembered for? Like, there's no fucking reason to do this kind of, like, own goal nonsense. It's completely unnecessary, but it speaks to who the guy is. I mean, what the fuck is this? It has nothing to do with politics. It's like, if anybody wrote this, if I had a family member who wrote this, I'd be like, are you goddamn retarded? Please, good Lord. Okay, through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease. So now he is joking. He's being lighthearted and irreverent. So total disrespect to the fact that this man just suffered a horrific end of his existence. And Trump is tap dancing on the dude's grave. talking about Trump derangement syndrome. So like, first of all, it's not a mind-crippling disease, incurable. He's memeing. The dude is memeing, and he's making it about himself. Trump derangement syndrome. So like, the guy didn't like me. Anyone who doesn't like me is fucking crazy. There's no reason not to like me. Like, all these people that talk about TDS, like, here's a tweet. Here's exhibit A through Z. This fucking tweet. That's why I don't like him. That's why anyone should not like him. Like, and I'm seeing people on the right are dipping a toe in being critical of Trump. Like, oh, God forbid, can I criticize daddy? And it's like, dude, if you don't criticize this, you're sick. You're sick. You're a putz. You're a sick chump and a putz. Okay? And then there's other shit where a lot of these guys who feel cornered and they're like, oh no, they're coming after daddy. And they go, yeah, well, what about over here? There's over there. There's another problem. Someone on the left did a bad thing. Okay, then fuck them too. I just went on and talked about their reaction to Charlie Kirk. This is not a defense. Okay? When we brought Richard Ramirez up on charges of killing and rape, the Night Stalker, his defense team didn't come up and say, well, Ted Bundy killed people. Okay, well, yeah, this is not the Ted Bundy trial. And you pointing to someone else doing something bad doesn't negate, cancel, make us forget. It's not a defense. It's just you being a weaselly-ass dumb bitch. Okay? Okay, so Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. Oh yeah, Trump, perfect timing. Wow, this is amazing. I wonder if he'd do this if Alec Baldwin were savagely killed by one of his kids. I can only assume the answer is yes, because anyone who dislikes Trump deserves to have their grave pissed upon by the President of the United States in front of hundreds of millions of people. Makes sense to me. Doesn't feel like an abuse of power. Wow, what a cool guy this dude is. He was known to have driven people crazy, capital, by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump. Speaking of himself in the third person? And wait a minute. You're suggesting his son killed him because his son loved Trump and was upset at Reiner for not liking Trump? Is what he's saying here. So every word out of this dumb fuck's mouth right now, currently in this tweet, is indefensible, just insane babble. Okay, so this is some shameful shit. Was he on the toilet at 4 a.m. when he dropped this? Had he had a bad day? Was he on his period? What the fuck is he doing posting this? Should there not be, I don't know, some sort of presidential oversight committee, just like an advisor or an AI that's like, Trump, can we, maybe let's not send this one. Maybe call up your college buddy and you could express these thoughts to him in private. Like, what in the hell is he doing? So insane. Okay, right, so his son killed him because he was against Trump, right? Donald J. Trump, says Donald J. Trump, okay. With his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals, he's flexing and expectations of greatness. He's turning a very sad day honoring Rob Reiner into talking about his greatness and his administration in the third person. Wow. Not my administration, the Trump administration. And with the golden age of America, when is that going to kick in? What? What are you talking about? Upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace, ! Dripping with sarcasm. Like, just why? What is the point of this tweet? Who is entertained by this? Who is this meant for? What did this do for him? Like, he needs to be studied. He needs to be put into a straitjacket and studied for having dropped this tweet. Like, just the callous fucking nature. The guy has contributed to American culture through his films in a way that's like pretty significant and worthy of respect. It's unfucking real. So if Clint Eastwood dies, God forbid, and let's say he's butchered to death by his family member, what do you think Trump would say if some leftist hack got up there and was like, well, Clint Eastwood was a Republican and he was in favor of guns and I didn't like his stance on it. Just what? Dude, show some fucking respect. I mean, and these are norms that exist for a reason. And if they're to be broken by some snotty, emo, angsty teenager, so be it. Fuck him. Not from an 80-year-old president. There's no, like, come on, dude. Like, this is fucking crazy, man. Like, so we need to, forget left to right. We got to go issue by issue. Are you in favor of terrorism or are you not? Are you in favor of rioting or are you not? I don't care who you voted for, pal of mine. These are the litmus tests. Are you in favor of this tweet? Yes or no? Okay, these are the issues. And there's no team sports anymore. We're going issue by issue. And you have to stand up for what you believe in and what are you condemning, what are you not condemning? And how are you justifying that? Joke. The fucking joke. And if anybody on the left put a tweet out anything like this in reference to any political figure, I would say fuck them. Which is what I said with the Free Luigi shit, and it's what I say to... I'm about to go and see how the left is reacting to Bondi Beach, and I'm going to be watching them like a hawk. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to say some bullshit.
Tell him that it's there.
He talked about Trump, that he died because of Trump derangement syndrome. I just don't think that that's
oh my God.
Something that we should be hearing about. I think we should...
Oh my God, look at this dunce. Good God, look at the ears, look at the hair, look at just the try-hard nature of it all. Even the freaking set here. It's like, Christmas, guys, we get it. Like, the Christmas ball is bigger than an elephant's ball sack. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, I don't think it's right. Right? Really? Really? What's her name? Joy? I forget her name. Oh, God. It's some mulatto.
Would be saddened by the gun violence that we're seeing.
What? Hold on. Wait a minute. This guy was stabbed to death. How did we get to gun violence? What are you talking about? You're done talking about Rob Reiner?
I used to think that gun violence was just an American phenomenon.
Moron. Rob Reiner was stabbed to death. But so now we're just like, I used to think it was, I'm an American. I only care about America and myself and my mulatto-ness and like my identity and me. And so, yeah, I didn't realize other people in other countries shot people. Really? You didn't? You didn't hear about that mass shooting in Tasmania or the New Zealand guy who shot up everybody? Shit has happened in Australia in the past. Okay, there are other countries, they have guns, shit happens.
And now we see this sort of anti-Semitic attack in Australia.
But this is not new at all, dude. What are you talking? First of all, anti-Semitism isn't new. Jews being killed around the world is absolutely not true. Why is she acting like this is some new thing?
The first day
On
of
the
Hanukkah.
first day of Hanukkah,
Yeah.
which is so disgusting and disturbing.
Oh, God. What is her name? Is it Joy Reid? No, that's another bitch. It's like, what the fuck is her name?
And then, kids going to college at Brown in the middle of...
Oh my God, so here, this is my mother's take. So I am like a try-hard 40-something-year-old hack, like non-actress, non-model, non-anything shit commentator. And you know what? I heard about this shooting in Brown, and that was terrible. And then there was a shooting in Australia, and I think that's bad too. I think it's just awful, especially at this time of year. It's supposed to be about love and giving and just, family. And for people to be killing people, it's just terrible. Thanks for that. Enlightening.
Finals, getting murdered. What are the...
Yeah, during finals at a college, and then you got murdered? I don't think that's appropriate. There were some kids at a water park, and they're there to like slide on these slides and like play in the water, and there's like a wave machine, and then some guy came in and killed people, and I'm like, that's not cool because you're there to be in the water and have fun, and it's a water park, and then you had a murderer come in and he murdered people in the water park, which is just like, what? That's so bad. And the thing about the murder in Bondi was it was the first day of Hanukkah, and like these Muslims, I guess they killed these Jews, and on Hanukkah though? Like, if it had happened in May or whatever, or like in between a Jewish holiday, I mean, that probably would be bad too. It's almost like I have nothing of importance to say. It's almost like I am just a totally redundant, unnecessary fucking being who is out here just making the most just dry NPC commentary of like murder is bad. And like, You're not going to mention like some larger points here? Can we get a little bit more sharp or lucid with what we're seeing here? You're just out here saying murder bad?
Those families went through. Why all of this sickness and hatred?
Ah, there we go. Now we're thinking. Here we go. Now we could blame it on someone. Why the sickness and hatred? Well, for the Rob Reiner case, it probably has to do with the drug-addicted, fucked-up son. So we could look into his psychology. But and that's an individual event, not really a pattern that we need to be concerned about. As much as the Muslim scourge and violence towards Jews, yeah, that's only been around for, a couple thousand years. So why? Why? Well, if you say that people are committing a genocide when they're not, then that probably like stokes up some hatred. So people lying, and by the way, who is lying? People who want a virtue signal. What is the virtue signal? I'm against genocide. Oh, but it's not a genocide. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I'm saying it's a genocide so that I can say I'm against it. But it wasn't a genocide. Doesn't matter. I'm virtuous, and my virtue is so like tuned in and calibrated that I have the power to condemn genocide. And it like fuels me, it lifts me up. I feel just super great about my virtue signal. So I'm saying that at the core, it is virtue signaling cunts like this mulatto who get out there and cause damage. Because in the midst of their propaganda and their lies, so that they can virtue signal, other people get inspired to kill and to commit acts of violence. Because they're down this rabbit hole of just total insanity. Like they're living in their own reality. And so she's doing the very thing, by the way. She is currently virtue signaling about the shit that is caused by virtue signaling.
Going around the world, not just
and it's all awful. And
well, first of all, going around the world is not a big surprise. We all share the same internet. We all watch the same TV and movies. Everything's kind of the same. Australia is a British colony. Okay, it's a Western, modern, first world country. So it's no different. Okay, it happens to be geographically somewhere else. It has nothing to do with anything.
its own lanes. I want to speak to the Australia thing. We're seeing a massive uprising of anti-Semitism globally.
Why? I wonder. Now, should we just blame Israel? Israel's to blame either literally, like they'll blame Israel for literally anything, but they'll just say, oh, these guys were triggered by Israel defending themselves from a group of terrorists.
But in this country, there's a divide on the right now, actually, whether Republicans want to embrace figures like Nick Fuentes, who is...
What? How is Nick Fuentes getting mentioned? Okay.
Hates everyone, just so you know.
He literally went on Piers and said, I don't hate anybody. But okay, let's just categorize him as the hater, all right?
Hates all of you. But
what?
He absolutely...
He hates women. Like, that's the one thing he will... I don't even think he disagrees with.
hates Jewish people, and it's not criticism.
He said he didn't hate Jewish people, and he actually commended them as a people, said they were a remarkable people. He actually was in favor of Israel, the project of Israel, as a ethno-state, essentially, and he wants one for his people, which are 5'9" Mexican elves. I don't know.
Israel, it's nothing you can apologize away. He's a bad dude. And people are giving him platforms. Tucker Carlson has embraced him. And
so wait, you're tying the Muslims murdering Jews in Australia to Nick Fuentes? You think those Muslims were listening to Fuentes? That is a stretch and a half. So this is a politically insane take right here, but it's convenient. So because there's like a loose, very, tangential connection here. Fuentes talks about Jews. He doesn't recommend you kill them at all. He says he doesn't hate them. He would probably just immediately condemn this action. I mean, so like, wouldn't it be convenient if he didn't? And he's like, no, you should go out and kill Jews on Hanukkah. I'm Nick Fuentes. Sign up. Link, share, subscribe, right? Like, he doesn't say that. So why are you bringing him up? Because it's like, it's time, whenever something happens, they can just whack-a-mole all their enemies. So everyone's getting blamed. Everyone's taking shit. I remember when we attacked Iraq in I think the first Gulf War or Desert Storm, and Iraq immediately started launching missiles at Israel. So like when shit started popping off, they're like, oh, okay, if shit's going down, then let's chuck a few missiles over there. So like Nick Fuentes is taking stray bullets here, but like, okay, your point is, you're not totally off base. If you are spreading anti-Semitism and there's an anti-Semitic attack, yeah, I mean, you're gonna be criticized. Like, yes.
And there are people denouncing him, but I think it's important to watch when you start normalizing this treatment of anyone. We've seen it in different forms, and right now, more than ever, this is on the rise. Australia, who has really strict gun laws, has seen 5 times the crimes against Jewish people than they have in the last decade. So there's a problem. The bell is being rung. I do want to also say that.
But hold on. So even in that statement, I'm kind of an expert at this point at watching people react to horrific events and seeing how they pivot and what they do to sort of cope. In that statement, she brought up the Jews and she brought up guns. Okay, the issue is not Jews or guns. Okay? Jews are the victims of this attack. Guns are the method the attack was carried out. You've left out one part. I would say the only part of relevance, okay? You remember the game Clue, where it was like Professor Plum in the living room with a candlestick holder? The issue in that case, Mr. Plum killed somebody. It wasn't that it was in the living room, okay? The location, the Australia part, doesn't matter. It wasn't that he used a candlestick holder, and it wasn't that he killed Mrs., Peach, I forget the names of those characters. The victim's identity doesn't matter. The method doesn't matter. It's the fact that Professor Plum is a fucking psychopath, okay? That's what matters. So I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about candlestick holders. Okay, this is a pivot. It's a distraction. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about Mrs. Peach and what a lovely woman she was. Okay, she's a victim of murder. This is a problem. We're against it. Okay, so let's not... why are we talking about Jews and guns? It's about Muslims killing. Okay, here's the noun, Muslims. Here's the verb, killing. The things that aren't relevant, who they killed and how they killed them. And yet you will spend hours of just people going, let's go down this path over here. Let's zoom back. Guns, what's up with those guns? Piers Morgan did it the other day. They were talking about mass shootings, and Nick Fuentes was like, yeah, in Chicago, we have like a million blacks are killing people all the time. And Piers goes, yeah, no, I agree. There's too many guns in Chicago. And it was like, what? Excuse me? Oh yeah, there's too many candlesticks. I'm more comfortable on that narrative. Oh my God.
When I point out to you that there are many parts of crime in America where actually there's a majority of white people that perpetrate them, you don't care. You don't have any interest in that. It doesn't exercise your mind. Maybe because
no one's buying this. This
kids.
argument lost. No one is buying this. Everybody understands per capita, and people can even see what you race ahead and say, well, we're comparing the proportion of white and black school shooters. I said, no, compare the proportion of school shooters that are white versus violent criminals that are black, because that was the basis of the monologue, is that you're very likely, if you encounter black people or a young black man in the city, that you're going to be the victim of a violent crime, of a robbery, a mugging, a car theft, a carjacking, or a murder. That's the difference, and it's about proportionality. And everybody sees past that because we all live in reality. You want to talk about product of your environment? People that live in New York, Chicago, LA, we live in reality. We live in this environment, and we see what it's like. And the threat, the danger, in terms of probability, it's not even comparable. And I would say this, to your point. If you're in a high school and truly, if you see a white person who looks like a little autistic, he's got the SSRI stare, and he reaches for a backpack, people joke and say, run. Similarly, if you see a jalopy pulling up with a bunch of black people in it and they got their pants around the ankles, you're gonna run also. And I'm saying the same thing. The difference is, the latter happens much more often. It's much more common. In Chicago, there's like 10,000 carjackings and car thefts every day. It's in the thousands. It happens all the time. How many mass shootings committed by autistic SSRI white people? I don't even know. I mean, it's probably in the single digits in the last decade in this city. That's the difference, and everybody knows that. But you're really just trying to carry water for liberal ideology. It's an ideological position.
I'm not. No, I'm really not. I can absolutely say, yes, there is way too much black on black crime, for example, involving guns in Chicago.
And black on white also.
Yes, but there is way too much gun violence in Chicago. Right? I mean, it's indisputable. I've got no problem saying that. The difference is I don't then lead myself into a thought process where I have to avoid all black people.
The hero Ahmed Al-Ahmad.
And here's another point. This is not a talking point. And look at the hope and glee in her eyes. So in the female brain, it's like choice A or choice B. Choice A, let's talk about those fucking violent, psychopathic, murderous jihadist Muslims. Do you want to talk about that? It ain't just a father and son in Australia. Got news for you. You want to talk about what that's doing in Sweden and Germany and France and England and America? Let alone the Muslim world? Let alone Gaza? Israel? No, you don't? Here's a better topic. A Muslim did a good thing once. So a Muslim father and husband went and did a heroic act. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. Oh, yes. Yes, please. Oh, so I can praise a Muslim? So in the wake of Muslims slaughtering 15 people, I can praise Muslims? Let's take that path. Or how about this? Okay, I'll give a little credence. I'll talk about the two Muslims. Oh, that's terrible that they did that. I'll say that. And then I'll give 50% of my attention to the Muslim who stopped them. Huh? Okay. Well, that guy is not the point. He deserves his credit. Well done to him. He is not the story, okay? Literally not the story. And if you were trying to reframe this shit as, hey, a Muslim stopped a couple Muslims after they had murdered several dozen Jews, or at least north of a dozen, then that says to me more about you. You, your spin, your narrative building, and your editorial choices. Okay, that guy does not deserve, the attention that guy deserves is a separate conversation. And he's going to be, rightfully commended for what he did. He is not the story. The story is we have dead bodies on the ground, Jews, who were targeted because they were Jews. And who did it? Muslims. Muslims. It has nothing to do. The gun conversation, we'll have that in 3 months. We've already had it. It goes nowhere. Okay, the conversation is those Muslims did that. Why they did it, why it's not shocking, and why it's part of a larger trend, that is a conversation to have.
Put his life on the line to attack a man with a very large gun.
Yeah.
So it's so reassuring.
And got shot.
Yeah, and got shot and was injured. But to know there are people like that in the world, that is the reassuring.
So what the okay, how about this? There are hundreds of millions of Muslims who believe in jihad and martyrdom. There are millions upon millions of people who support openly terrorist groups who are genocidal towards Jews. So the fact that this one guy, risked his life to save others and himself, that is not the takeaway from this. And you cannot let that cloud out the threat here. And it's like women will like to put a bow on a conversation and just go, look, I prefer this conversation. I just prefer talking about good things. Like I'm a pig pushing my nose through some dirt mound of mud and shit, looking for something to eat. And I'm looking for a feel-good anything. Okay, and so if I could twist and turn like, oh wait, there's a Muslim who did something good. Okay, yeah, that. And now we're over here and out of sight, out of mind. We're not even talking about these shooters anymore, or the next ones, by the way, or the ones previous. So this is not out of nowhere. This is part of a pattern. And so this one heroic guy, not the point at all. And I will not let you change the conversation to being about this guy as if that's the story. It's not.
Reassuring part. But I would hope that the Jewish people hold on to what Hanukkah stands for. It's the
what?
It's the lights. It's the resilience.
What the fuck? Don't criticize the Jewish people. Who the fuck are you? This is like, some bog standard Christian housewife bitch talking about what the Jews should do. The Jews will do whatever the fuck they want to do. Okay, they will grieve this mass murder, yet another one of Jews, however they fucking want. And don't tell me Hanukkah has lights. Therefore, keep it up, walk it off, Jews. Keep a stiff upper lip there. The fuck are you talking about? If someone went into your local Bed Bath & Beyond and killed 15 of your fucking Yenta white blonde Christian friends, the Jews are going to call you and be like, remember, turn the other cheek, like your Jesus said. Like, shut up. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's the no one can dim us, and I hope they hold on to that today, because it's
Yeah, right. They've only suffered through the worst uptick of anti-Semitism in, 1,000 years. So, being reviled by the world and being killed, here and there, like they're being offed over and over again. Negative energy, negative posts, horrific energy from like millions of humans. So yeah, the Jews have endured quite a bit, but I don't think they need your placid commentary.
got to be extra hard.
Ridiculous.
When the Brown University news broke on Friday, I immediately called a good friend of mine who's got a son there.
Yeah.
Her son was sheltering in place, terrified in his dorm room. That lasted for 12 hours. He is now home. The semester was over. They were in the middle of exams. But something that really...
Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares what she is saying right now? Do you realize that she has spent more time on that hair? Like, again, this try-hard, they roll out these dinosaurs and they try to like slap makeup and get their hair all prom ready. It's like, what the... She has put more time and effort into her hair than I have ever put into my hair in my life. Now, granted, I don't have any hair, but it's just like ridiculous. And she's sitting here, she's like, how can I contribute to this conversation? I have a friend whose kid is at Brown. Okay, thanks. Relevance? Who cares? Oh, aren't you special? I thought that the killing of random innocent people at a university in my country was bad enough, but I don't have a personal connection to it. I mean, you have a friend. How often do you talk to that friend, by the way? Close friend? Yeah, I don't think so. But it's about you, isn't it? You know a person who had a kid at Brown, but they didn't die. Oh, if only they had died, then you could have milked it for more victim points. I mean, it's such fucking crazy narcissism. Who gives a shit? The fuck is this? You guys, you hear about the Bondi Beach killing of people in Australia? I actually know a guy from Sydney, and he heard the gunshots. And so it kind of hits me a little deeper and harder than it hits you, because you don't know anybody from Sydney, and you don't have a friend in Sydney. I do. So it is about me. The story of the Bondi Beach Massacre is about me and my connection to a guy in Australia. Just so you know, it is about me.
Hit me was there was actually a survivor, Zoe Wiseman, of the Parkland shooting in Florida,
Yeah.
who
She
was a
even-
student at Brown
And she got
University.
shot.
How much have we failed our youth?
Yeah.
That there are children out there.
Hold on, why is the blame going to us failing our youth? How did you get to there? We have shooters at Brown and at Parkland. Okay, those two guys are going to need to take a lot of responsibility here. Okay, so again, it's a virtue signal. It's the self-righteous bullshit. We as a people have failed because we need to do better and we are responsible. We didn't do this. Okay, once again, who is left out? She mentions Brown. She mentions the victims at Brown. Isn't it crazy that they had finals and that they were students? Oh yeah, it sucks. Okay, it would have sucked under any circumstance. You don't have to be a student. You have to be at Brown. The location doesn't matter. The fact, and then she brings up another shooting from years before, and she's like, she leaves out the fact that there are two guys who did do this. Two guys did this. And instead she's like, we are responsible somehow. It's us. Because I guess if you forgot to mention the people actually responsible for killing them, then I guess you're left searching for someone to blame. And she blames herself in this like self-righteous cunty virtue signal of, I'm so tapped in and sensitive to not having people be murdered that I hold myself accountable. Shut up.
Who are now survivors of two mass shootings. And, on Rob Reiner, I just want to say, one day I looked at my ex and he had slipped into my DMs because...
Don't say Rob Reiner slipped into your DMs like he's trying to fuck you. Are you kidding me? The fuck is this shit?
He
Rob
watches...
Reiner slipped into your
Yeah,
DMs?
he watched news. He knew...
Wait a minute. Yeah, she's like, oh, really? Sunny Hostin, that's her bitch name. So wait, how fat is this woman? She's pregnant? She's got to be pregnant, right?
everything that was going on at the same time that he was making brilliant film work.
Wait a minute. So you are making the Rob Reiner massacre into he slid into my DMs once? You son of a bitch. You fucking narcissistic bitch. You know, the brutal knifing of Rob Reiner by his son is kind of about me because I once had a run-in with him and the guy paid me a compliment once. But I'm going to phrase it as he slid into my DMs. The guy was not trying to fuck you, you old bag. Okay, he watches television. You're on a network TV show. It ain't that big a deal. All right? You ain't shit. Do you see the narcissism on display here? This fucking idiot has inserted herself into multiple tragedies, going, these tragedies are kind of about me. Everything is about me.
He was also deeply engaged. There wasn't a cause he didn't care about. He cared about immigrants. He cared about equality.
So you're here to report that Rob Reiner once said something nice to you? And you decided to bring that up in the immediate aftermath of his knife-wielding son killing him? The fuck is the point? This is a random clout-chasing flex, and no one's going to call her out on it. It's totally inappropriate what she said right there. Jesus Christ, he slid into my DMs.
Justice. He spoke up in defense of democracy at a time when so many in the media industry, so many with a platform are afraid to speak. He put his money and his mouth where his heart was.
Yeah.
And for Trump to have put that out today, I'm going to say it.
You're no better than Trump. Trump made it about himself. You made it about yourself. How does she not see that?
You know, damn it, there's an American family grieving.
What? Yeah, exactly. So why are you coming out here talking about, I know a friend of mine has a kid at Brown. Oh, wow, amazing, fun fact. It's a fun fact. Jesus Christ. You know that the shooting at Brown? For me, it hits home hard because I just took a shit in the bathroom and I looked down in the toilet and my shit is brown. And when I first heard it happened at Brown, I thought, how does that pertain to me? How am I related to this topic, to this story? Oh, right. I shit brown stuff. So I know that brown is a color. It's also the name of a university. I just wanted to kind of bring it back to me. So I produce Brown. A killing happened at Brown. Wanted to let you know. Wanted to frame the story around me. I'm kind of the main character of it-ish. Unbefucking believable. And she is criticizing Trump for making it about him when she just literally made it about her and had the stupidity to be like, Rob Reiner slid into my DMs, which is a fucking phrase indicating he wants to fuck you. Okay, he did not want to fuck you. He's not glazing you incessantly. You are a nobody. Okay, congratulations that you talked to Rob Reiner. There's other things happening in the world. There was no need for you to mention that. None whatsoever. That little tidbit led to nothing. Okay, she's just like, he's such a great guy. He even talked to me once. Like, what? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. This is a tragedy, not just for the family, but for all who knew and loved him. And for the President of the United States to make this about him. And
so this is the hypocrisy that I'm constantly talking about. You just made it about you and your DMs. Okay? You did it with Brown. You did it with this.
To attack Rob Reiner because he exercised his American right to speak up with what he disagreed with is shameful, is disgraceful, and out of all the disgusting things that Donald Trump has done, this is right up there.
And look at her on her high horse, right? Okay, great.
Yeah. And I would simply echo that all of these are tragedies in their own right, and I don't want any one tragedy to take away from the other, but I was really struck over the Bondi Beach shooting just because so many of my closest friends...
Oh my God! Stop. Please stop. Hold on. How could she finish a sentence without me hating her? I'm really torn up about the Bondi Beach one because so many of my close friends, here's how I'm relevant here, of my close friends are surfers and surfed at Bondi, are Australian, are Jewish and celebrate Hanukkah. Like, how is this about you? And, okay, just finish the sentence.
Happen to be Jewish. And
oh my God. So they're Jewish. Okay, so again, I know people. So wait a minute. If this dude had just killed a bunch of Dalai Lama types, down there, and you're like, oh, I don't know any of those people, then you wouldn't care? So wait, how is your humanity or your concern going up or down? How are you ratcheting it up because you happen to know more Jews? So if a bunch of atheists were murdered out there, then it would be like, hold on, does this girl know any atheists? Can she relate? Like, this is literally not about you and your fat, injected lips that look like an inflamed, engorged vagina. Like, no one fucking cares that you know people that are part of the victim group of this random event. You know, when Professor Plum did that killing, and he killed Mrs. Peach in the living room with the candlestick holder, I was like, it rocked me real bad, because my favorite fruits are peaches. Like, I love peaches, and everyone knows that. You could ask anyone. People get me peach memorabilia and shit. And it's like, I know it seems random that I would have just tied that to me, but like, had he killed anybody else, it probably wouldn't have hit home as me.
This feeling of, on the first day of Hanukkah, they are, Jews in this world, not just our country, are sensing something.
Say something. Say something that makes me think that we should not ban women from all public speaking.
That they are begging their friends and their allies to feel too. There's an incredible stat from the ADL that says in the US alone in 20...
Already, the ADL is a highly sus source, which they've lost all credibility, but okay. And by the way, it's a conflict of interest. They make money by increasing the threat of anti-Semitism. And they've been doing this for years. So like, they were doing this long before 2 years ago. It's kind of ironic now that they have a shit ton of anti-Semitism to report on, but they were deemed totally non-credible long before October 7th.
2024, there was a 344% increase in anti-Semitic attacks. But this is a global phenomenon. And I remember being, I went to Auschwitz with...
Why did you do a Nazi salute when you said, I went to Auschwitz?
But this is a global phenomenon. And I remember being, I went to Auschwitz.
That is a Roman salute. Now, it's with the left hand, but like, whatever.
With Vice President Pence and the former Polish president. And I remember leaving and asking a distant family member.
Hold on, how is she making this about herself? I went to Auschwitz and I was like, Auschwitz and me are connected in a weird way. It's sort of serendipitous.
How could the Holocaust have happened?
Because how could you bake that many cookies in a 5-year span? I mean, how could you do it? The ovens, the math, it doesn't work out. What do you mean, how could you do it? And she's making some derpy point about dehumanizing the other. We shouldn't dehumanize others. It's like the Holocaust. Do you realize like 60 million people died during World War II? I don't even know the number. This is like, but it's a huge number. It's way bigger than 6 million. So for you to even ask, how could the Holocaust even happen? How could World War II even happen? Okay, how could the Russian situation, they lost 20 plus million people. All right, so, I mean, maybe you want to ask better questions, but like, how could 6 million people die in an era where 80 million people died? I would say pretty easily is my answer to you.
Couldn't wrap my mind around it. And I hate to say that 5 years later, I can see it. I see an indifference to hatred, I see an indifference to bigotry, and I see an indifference to the horrible alarm bells being rung about anti-Semitism in our world. And I'm begging people to care. And as you made the parallel, which I think is important, about this Parkland survivor now being in another school shooting, a Holocaust survivor was killed. Like, the world has failed these people.
Yeah.
If you
Well, I mean, to say he survived the Holocaust, okay, you're saying this guy was alive in 1945? Okay. So as a baby, I mean, I don't know. It's like, it doesn't make it extra bad that a Holocaust survivor was killed. Like, there could have been a 10-year-old boy at that thing. Like, it doesn't matter. All human life should be respected. This guy doesn't get bonus points that he happened to have been from Germany or whatever.
survived the Holocaust and you are gunned down by an anti-Semite decades later. It's not right. And
it's not right to kill anybody. Okay, this is kind of a part of the issue. Like, the idea that we're making some victims more special than others, that always annoyed me. You know, whenever they say like, oh yeah, these terrorists came in and they killed women and children. It's like, yeah, well, what about the men? Like, some guy, totally innocent guy, just got killed. It doesn't make it better that he's not a woman or child. I find it bullshit.
my prayers are with all of the people grieving right now.
You know, it's
well, prayers are nothing. They're empty. And look at it. You know what you're doing? You just got applauded for your stupid virtue rant here. And that's why you did it. Look at this. Like, she should be like, no, don't applaud me. What did I say? I'm against murder? I get applause for that? The fuck is this? Eat a salad. Jesus.
if we could wrap our minds around
Okay, Whoopi.
awfulness of
Okay. Whoopi's going to bring it back to something. Let's see. Let's make a grander point.
these things, then we can
Open up our minds to empathy and to not hating.
open our heart
Open our hearts and minds to love and understanding.
to all the people who have had to deal with this. All the women,
What? What women? I just made this point. That to highlight women or children or like, what do you mean? How is she going to highlight women and just ghost half of the fucking earth? As if men haven't taken shit. I mean, how many of the victims were men? What are you talking about? Women.
the men,
Oh, thank you. So why say women and men? She said men right there because she heard herself. She's like, I can't really ghost 50% of the fucking world. So why say women and then why say men? Why say that? That was as stupid as me saying, the victims at Bondi Beach. Look, I think we need to really feel sad for all of the right-handed victims, all of the left-handed victims, all of the nearsighted victims, all of the far-sighted victims. Like what? All of the old victims, all of the young victims. Like, she could have easily not said any of that because that was a pointless thing to say. We got to start feeling and opening our hearts to the women. Clearly, your mind was to say the women. That's why you went to the women. That's why this is a panel of all women. You clearly value women over men. But she then was like, no, I should virtue signal and then also say men. Then you've included everybody. Great. Great, Whoopi. What?
all of the people of color,
Oh my God, she did it again. She did it again. So where's her mind? Her mind blurts out what she emotionally feels. And it just so happens that she is a woman of color. So right on the tip of her brain is the women. Oh, and also the men. People of color. Me, my people. Me. And then now she's going to be like, but also other people. You got to walk it back, Whoopi. You blurted out the thing you wanted to say. That was from your gut. Okay, that was right from that uterus of yours. You just burped that shit out. But clearly we should care more about the people. Did a person of color die in any of these events? Like, what the fuck? How are you making this about race, Whoopi? We're talking about people being murdered. And you're like, we really need to care about the people of color. No, we don't.
the Jews,
So she does include the Jews. She went from people of color to Jews? This makes no fucking sense. I'm asking legitimately, at the Brown University, clearly Robin Reiner is not. The people in Bondi, the Jews in Bondi, were there black Jews there? Did a black person even die in any of these tragedies? Why is she bringing up people of color? What the fuck? Listen to this.
the women, all of the men, all of the people of color, all the Jews, all the folks
All the white people?
who have had to deal
Oh.
with this struggle.
What the hell? So wait, let's review who have dealt with struggle. Women, men, people of color, and Jews were just listed as all of the people. Those are the ones that deserve, they got a title. They got a headline. Okay. What about white men? Just, what about Asians? What about Latinos? What about, what? She was trying to hide her rampant racism and sexism. She only cares about black women. And she's like, the people in your mind who have had to deal with shit are Jews, women, people of color, and also men. Okay.
I don't understand
A lot.
the man in that White House.
Oh my God. Oh, so we go back to the hollowed ground. Okay. I thought you were making a grander point, but okay, we're back to fuck Trump.
Because he talks so much about Charlie Kirk and caring. And suddenly, this is what he puts out.
yes, his reaction to Charlie Kirk and to criticizing those who mocked the death of Charlie Kirk will not be able to coexist with his reaction to Rob Reiner. So he'll be called out by this by probably his friends and family, or any non-ass kisser will be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck is this? But like, Whoopi's reaction is really no better. For her, in the wake of all this, to be like, you know, women and people of color.
Have you no shame? No shame at all? This is can you get any lower? I don't think so. And what do you have to say about what's happened around the world? Where is our voice as Americans? Somebody's got to speak up for us. Our hearts are breaking through all of this.
Well, that is true. So like, to be represented and to have some symbolic avatar speak on behalf of our country, our extended family. I mean, it's a dysfunctional family. You would hope that the president spoke in a way that you would sign off on. You'd be like, that was nice. That is a nice message. I second it. And he's just completely not doing it, to the point of like, this is embarrassing fucking shit. Like, what the hell? Now we got to sit here and do damage control on our fucking insane president who's just like shitting out the most shameless tweet in the fucking universe about the guy who directed The Princess Bride? Huh? He dies in like this horrific fashion, and you're like, oh, this is my chance. I'm going to get out there and shit on him. Totally crazy.
Through Rob, through what's happened at Bondi Beach, what happened at Brown, and you don't find the time to say, as Americans, we hate what's happening. You ain't my president, man. I'm gonna make a correction here.
Okay, hold on. She's making a correction. Oh, that's interesting. What could she have corrected? There were no people of color killed?
As it turns out, yesterday, apparently, you know who put his condolences out to the people who are looking down at us from heaven, and the folks at Brown. But this is how he followed it up.
About Rob Reiner.
About Rob Reiner. So, my bad, you did say something. Not what I
about the Brown one, okay.
would like
And he, whatever he's tweeted about the Brown one was probably normal. It was like, what are you going to say? A guy kills people randomly at a college? I don't even think we know much about what happened there or why. And it's like, okay, that's terrible. It's tragic. Like, how could you mess this up? In other words,
to have heard from you, but you did do it. So there you go.
Unbelievable. What can be made of this? Well, I think it's very telling. I think it's very telling when something happens, it is a catalyst to expose who you really are. So it's a real mask-off moment when emotions are involved, when you just sort of speak from your heart, from your gut, and there's no filter. It sort of just speaks to your character. And these things pop up, and like they'll happen unexpectedly, and it's like, it confirms our suspicions. We already know how people are. It's more the disgusting, like catching them in the act, doing it again. Crazy. And to think they can get away with it, or to think there's no ramifications or consequences or pushback to just being a disgusting human being. So it's such a small request too. It's such a low expectation that we just want people to act in a a morally normal and sane fashion in reaction to just horrific slaughter. Like, is that something that we have to hope for? Like, we don't get that. And so now we have to deal with a couple problems. A, the violence and the, jihadism or whatever it is. And then B, just the mindset and just the souls, the darkness that exists in these people. Like, it's just like, it's like you thought you had a cockroach problem because you heard a cockroach crawling on the floor. You go into the kitchen, you flip the lights on. Oh, there's 1,000 cockroaches here. There's a nest. They've taken over. So that's the issue. It's the turning the light on. That is the internet. That is social media. That's the light in your kitchen. Us gagging and puking in our mouth is realizing it wasn't just the one roach.
Who are you?
No one of consequence.
I must know.
Get used to disappointment.
Okay?